Okay, this actually started out as more of a tier list, which I will still incorporate, but mostly due to editing issues, I decided to go ahead and make it a video, going off what I believe to be the peak of their power in each province between the 1st and 4th era, Elsweyr. It has the name because all the important events happen elsewhere. But no, really, this is the home of the Khajiit. Sadly, the only thing I could find about the Khajiit pre-second era is there may have been something like them in the Mythic era according to some reports. Anyway, Khajiit were originally some type of beastmen, but then they came to be manipulated by Azura to be her perfect race. From what I researched, this province had small groups of something akin to kingdoms. They may have assisted in war with other races, and it is theorized in the Mythic era the Birdmen were genocided by these cat demons, as they were likely called. So it's possible before the first era they existed all across Tamriel. But what we know currently is the first era. I have to put them in D tier. The province is populated by the Khajiit, catfolk. The Khajiit are strong and of course agile with claws that can rip through armor, but they are not quite truly united in this era. Should be noted there are also other intelligent cats in this province, though they are rarely seen outside of it. The second era is when it became a united territory, with two powerful kingdoms becoming one, much to the chagrin of older clans. The peak of their power in this era, in my opinion, would be after the Flood and becoming part of the first Altmeri Dominion. The Altmeri Dominion was a group of 3 separate empires established by the Altmer, the united provinces of Somerset Isle, Valenwood, and Elsweyr. This led to them being part of the Alliance War against the Daggerfall Covenant and the Ebane Heart, where they excelled as sailors and spies and considered the strong arm of the Dominion. Elsweyr would be attacked by fire dragons in the second era, but not sure how they handled it. So, all in all, I put Elsweyr at B tier. As warriors, the Khajiit are lightly armored, though sometimes heavily armored, but often seen wielding large clubs, as well as various other types of swords, rarely axes. The Khajiit also use herbs to make themselves stronger and increase their abilities, also make them invisible, and while little is known, they appear to have knowledge of some type of martial arts. They are also versed in magic to a degree I cannot specify. Third era, the era of the 5-year war. Essentially, Elsweyr was taken by Tiber Septim. They fought, their population tanked, and the best they could do was rebel. And near the end of the third era, they came into conflict with Valenwood, home of the Wood Elves. It's disputed between the groups who started it, but it led to the Wood Elves slaughtering thousands of Khajiit citizens until help arrived. They would attempt to conquer lands in their battles, with Valenwood forces being pushed back by Elsweyr's. In fear of loss, the Wood Elves performed a ritual turning themselves into the Wild Hunt, monsters that defeated the Khajiit, but then, later, they would turn on each other. The Khajiit took advantage of this and finally defeated Valenwood. In my opinion, with the feat of winning a war against the Wood Elves, they should be at least B tier. The 4th era. Not much is known about Elsweyr's capabilities in this era, but they are part of the 3rd Altmeri Dominion after Dalmor claimed to return the 2 moons via the use of dawn magic. The Dalmor are a powerful organization that had great success during the Oblivion Crisis, then waged a brutal war against the Empire. So I see this era as the strongest of the 4 eras for this province, though you can debate between this era and the second, in my opinion. Overall, I feel like this province, while interesting and certainly not the weakest, there is nothing I can find that put them on the level of, say, Cyrodiil and in the Empire, or Morrowind and the Houses. Still, they are a strong and respectful region. In terms of power scaling, first era collectively around city level, second era via magic and being part of a dominion under the leadership of Queen Erin, island level plus, third era city to island level, fourth era island level plus. Okay, after a bit more research, I found that Elsweyr did participate in dragon hunting, which should have been obvious, but anyway, this puts them higher in B tier for the second era, the strongest of all 4 eras at island plus to country level. Well, that's it. Tell me your thoughts in the comments and please remember to like, sub, hit the bell. Later.